Be live.
Sundays and Wednesdays, yeah. 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. It's the crew and you. Let's go.
You can't get any better.
Best thing about it, the way he did it the right way.
With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
Do y'all have anything to say about
What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. Congratulations to my dog, Chuck Little John, the OG.
Y'all didn't notice I've been changing hats all night, have you?
No.
You've been doing it. And so look, let me tell you, those dudes were the first one that I ever seen with the full tracksuit and no drawers. You know what I'm saying?
Understand that you can be at the bottom, you can be anything you want to be, and when that happens, you can be a champion like me.
You imagine 100 people just all yelling?
With the crew and you, to the crew and you. With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. I'm your boy G. To my right hand side, we are SC State, the OG of the crew, man. Chuck Little John. What's up, my dog?
What's up, man? What's up? You know what it is on this wonderful hump day.
Yes, indeed, man. A wonderful hump day, a rainy hump day in Atlanta. All right, now. Y'all getting rain too?
Oh, yeah.
It
rain all day.
What is it? Hurricane Isaiah or something?
Adelia or something like that.
Yeah. It's on the horizon.
Yeah.
It's on the horizon. So, man, we thank you all out there for rocking with us, man. This is episode 31. Everybody out there on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, man, we appreciate you rocking with us. Remember, when you come to the channel, bring a friend, tell a friend, man. When you come, don't come by yourself. Hey, my dog is here already. Man, that boy flying out there, and I know he flying too because I seen him.
Wet out here.
Look, wet out here, ain't it, bro?
Yeah, man. Wet out there. Traffic out there. Y'all be safe out there too, man. You seen the car flip over.
Oh wow.
Driving stupid though. That was it. It was his fault. You know.
Oh, he was flying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what's up, Kanisha, Kennedy, and Crystal? Hey, baby, we're gonna jump into that, boo. We're gonna jump into that. She said she's here to hear about Coco. Oh, yeah. So Coco. Look, Kanisha said me too, Crystal. But before we jump into Coco, man, let's give our wonderful sponsor a big shout out. None other than the great Alvin Jameson.
Are you in the market for a new home or looking to refinance your conventional, FHA, or VA loan? The crew and you have the perfect guy for you, the mortgage guy, Alvin Jameson. That's right, Alvin Jameson at alvinjameson.com. You can also reach him as we do at 404-587-9033. Financing a home can be one of the biggest investments you can make. Go with the one the crew and you trust, Alvin Jameson. And when you reach out to him, let him know you heard it from the crew and you.
Once again, Alvin, man, thank you so much, my guy, for always being a wonderful sponsor of the crew and you. And man, so how you feeling out there, Big Corey?
Me? I'm 100, man. I'm just a little tired, but you know how that is. You know what we do.
Yes,
but
sir.
other than that,
I'm a little tired too, man.
I'm tired of y'all. Nah, nah, I'm joking. I'm about to say but yeah, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed and highly favored, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's all I like to say. But
man, I like to hear that. I love to hear that. So I was talking to my homeboy today, man, and let me tell you a quick story. And he was telling me, man, he said, hey, man, I was checking out y'all show the other day. I was like, oh, for real? I said, man, what'd you think, man? He said, man, what is you guy talking about, man? The track shorts with no underwear. I was like, what you talking about? I said, man, that's the intro, dog. I said, you didn't get past the intro? He said, nah, man, I ain't get past that part, man. I ain't know what he was talking about.
He thought that was the show?
Yeah, I was like, bro, that's the intro, man. So you didn't get past 30 seconds of the show? many people out there aren't getting past 30 seconds of the show, man?
If,
That's
he,
what I'm wondering.
if he's looking now, like I think that's when we, I think that was about a year and a half ago almost. And I was telling him when you first introduced Quincy to the show.
Yeah.
And it's to bring people back. And I said when Quincy went to Southwestern Cab, I said that's when they were a powerhouse school in terms of sports. And then we were talking about a lot of guys that played track on that, that play football and track. Jermaine Stringer, it was a couple of other guys, Ronald, the ones that made it to one guy made it to the Olympics. And I said they were the first high school that I ever seen with the full track suit on with no draws. You know how like we had shorts, but then you had we wasn't that confident. They were. I'm trying to run like I'm butt naked, like I'm really fast. They're like, "Hey boy, you ain't got no drawers on in that tracksuit." Hey, that's when we knew they were for real. He running for real.
Yeah. I explained it to him, man. But now I was like, so you ain't watched none of the show. You stopped right there. Then he said, when you start rapping on it? I was like, rapping? What are you talking about? I was just talking.
How you? What's the rapping part?
I guess you're talking about when I said, welcome to the crew.
When you come to the crew, don't come by yourself.
Look,
I appreciate the effort, though. I appreciate
it, man. I appreciate it. But 30, he didn't get 30 seconds in, man.
Look, I still say the same thing. People that I've met through you or that because they know you, they always say the same thing. But when I ask the $1 million question, did you subscribe? Oh no, I ain't buying nothing. No, I ain't buying nothing. No, I ain't. I ain't. Oh no, I ain't want to. I just watched it, man. I ain't buying nothing though. No, it's free to subscribe. You know that, right?
Yeah, that is hilarious. Hey, what's up, Kamari? Welcome on, big homie. He says, I'm late, but I made it. And yes, I need Corey to explain what was going on. That's the explanation, man. That's the explanation. What's up, big Rodney? What's up, man? So, hey, let's go ahead and jump right in, man. I know we don't have a lot of time today. Let's jump right in. I want to start right here where the ladies want to start at, man. So let's go right here to our confident black woman.
You gave her time violation once. How is this fair? No, you're calling the score after the point is over. It's not like we're playing 1 point. You're calling the score like 6 seconds after the point is over.
Yeah, she's 100% right.
You missed her like 4 times. She's never ready. It's not like we're having 30-ball rallies. It's 2 balls. He's going to. I'm going a normal speed. Ask any ref here. I go at medium pace speed. But she can't every single point. And everybody in this crowd knows you're not doing the job. I've been quiet the whole match. Why do you think they clapped when you gave her time violation? She's been missing for like 6 points. That first set, every game, second set, every game. I didn't say nothing, but now it's ridiculous. I don't care what she's doing on her serve, but my serve, she has to be ready.
Okay, well said.
Hey.
So, in this situation, man, her opponent was taking as much time as she wanted in between the time Coco was supposed to be serving. So when Coco is serving, she's supposed to be able to get up when she's ready to serve and serve. But they were saying they were letting her take 6-7 seconds in between each serve of Coco. Kind of messing up her rhythm, kind of messing up the flow of the game for her. And you're not allowed to do that. And they were letting her get away with it far too long. And she stood up for herself, man. So y'all tell me what y'all think about them. This conversation. And this is something that's happened before at the U.S. Open with other black tennis players. And I'm referring to the Williams sisters.
So I was my bad. Go ahead, OG. My bad.
No, go ahead, Corey. Go ahead.
So my wife came to me before I left to go to work. Wanting to talk about it too, and I was explaining. This time clock was developed for the Williams sisters. When they first started, it was developed. Okay, it was in thoughts that it was supposed to be put together to speed the game up. But what it did was, eventually, in the beginning, Venus used to take a little bit of time to get her serve off. Mm-hmm. And a lot of players didn't like that because she was, just taking her time. She was still young at the time, but she was taking her time to kind of, make sure she got a good serve on, continue the good play. and it started as a negative thing, but then more tournaments, more I guess like Roland Garros, what more tournaments started to adopt the time clock factor. Now, eventually, like I said, now it's a regular thing, but the line judge has the button to press whenever she's going to start the clock. And so some people, like you said, get a little bit more favoritism than others, and though it was put together to kind of get people to stay on in the game, to stay on task with their serve, it's still given by the line judge. And like you said, she was abusing the clock. Hell, they even had one clip where she was sitting down between serves, and she was like, "You can't sit down. You're not supposed to sit down. You can take a snack or a drink or something like that, but you're not supposed to sit down." And so then the judge had to tell her then, look, oh, I'm sorry, you can't sit. So there was a lot of favoritism there. So my wife told me that this line judge, and I forget the girl's name, is Lauren. They've had a history, and Lauren has been known to, I guess,
take advantage.
Take advantage or abuse this judge here. So the judge may have been a little scared, been a little, and so she was giving her a bit more leeway because she had been either talked down to or been said something negative to. I don't know, but they've had some history. Nevertheless, I'm glad that we're watching Coco grow up now. We from a young 13-year-old, and she's now 19, and she's able to, be the woman that we want her to be, which is, speak up for yourself, show that there is a difference. Nevertheless, it's the U.S. Open, so the crowd, they understood. Listen, you're in the United States. We're gonna be fair here, but at the same time, we're gonna cheer for our girl. So I'm glad she spoke up for herself.
Good. OG.
I guess most definitely cool. I'm along with you. I'm absolutely glad she spoke up with herself. I'm glad she didn't wait until after the match was over and talked to the reporters. She addressed it real time with the umpire to let her know, this is not acceptable. I'm not going to stand for this. I'm standing my ground, and I'm holding your feet to the fire too. So I think that was absolutely great that she did what she did. And they go in, in some sports they go and review the way the players conduct themselves, but they need to start reviewing these umpires and how they conduct themselves too. I mean, it should be a one-way street. It should be a two-way street. Their feet should be held to the same fire that they try to hold the players to. And it just reminded me of something I saw on Facebook that I posted. I'm not sure who this person is, but they put up an article that said they penalized Simone Biles for being better. They said Serena Williams looked like a man. They applied different standards for Sha'Carri Richardson. They mocked Naomi Osaka about her mental health. Exonerated Angel Reese for competitive taunting. And then it says all are black women, all are champions, despite the hate. I thought that was pretty deep myself, boy.
That's deep and on point.
Yeah.
And on point.
Even I gave Angel Reese some hair, But.
Yeah.
We had a big conversation about that.
Yeah, you could have left that one out, but that's cool.
Yeah. No. I could have left it up, but not too, couldn't
it? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Ashley Angelina says, and welcome on, Ashley. They don't want to see us shine because we dominate all sports. They're definitely trying to hold us back, man. So I totally agree with you on that. And Kanisha says, I am loving watching her growth. Absolutely. And Jane Littlejohn says, Coco about to take over. And Crystal Wright says, well said, man.
I think that's fact. So I think kind of like I think Ashley said that dominating most sports. So I think what they thought was that when Serena retired, that was going to leave the door open for someone else of a different nationality to come in and take over. But now it looks like Coco is starting to step her game up and might be the next person to come along to be that person. So I think that's another thing they hating on. But I mean, I know she's a teenager, and I'm just absolutely proud that she stood her ground and stepped up and let the umpire know, hey, what you letting go on is not right.
Right. And I love the fact, like you said, the crowd was behind her. and they understood what she was saying. And like the commentator was saying, she's not lying. She's not wrong. Everything she's saying is true. And this is what you're doing is not okay. And
the crazy part, you see, like when her time clock was almost ending, so she went on ahead and served, and then they had her serve again. She was like, "My time, I'm going by the time clock. If she's not ready, I'm serving, or I'm gonna get penalized."
Right.
But then you let her, then you give her another 6 seconds, or let me have to reserve, and then on that one time she was still over there waiting. The time clock had ended. She just put the balls down, like, "Listen, I want y'all to see this. I'm not serving because she's still not ready."
Right. Yeah. And Kamaria says, "Man, that ref needs to be reviewed regarding this match."
Yeah.
I mean, Coco went on to win the match. I think we all know. As she won again today, to move on. I think it was 6.
She won again today.
Yeah, 6-3, 6-2, I believe it was, or 6-1, 6-2. So she's still moving on, but she will not be. She would not let anybody run over her. So I can appreciate that. Especially like you said, at a young age, man. When you're on that court by yourself, sometimes you kind of wait to the end and try to talk to him. But she spoke up for herself right then when it got a little bit too much for him. So man,
remember when the Williams sisters, when it first became an issue, because first it was because they were losing beads on the court at first, and then they had to kind of wait, so they could pick up beads or whatever. They always thought that it was something that they were holding up. It was, like I said, it was holding up the game, and like I said, they eventually had to conform with no beads in their hair. Then they had to, then it was how they dressed. It was like I said, the cat suits, like I said, the stylish form of dress. They didn't like. It's always going to be something. I'll be honest with you. In my opinion, they're always going to try to change the finish line or pull the finish line back. There's always a complaint, but like you said, I'm glad that we're watching Coco grow into a young woman, and she's at that point now where she can express herself. Because I can remember at 16 when she lost and she couldn't hold it together. Her emotions were so much that she couldn't speak, and Naomi had to kind of put her arms around her, like, I've been here, I know what this is. So at this point now, to be able to speak up, I think is awesome.
Right. Yeah. And my wife wants to go see her, so next time she's in Atlanta, down at Atlantic Station, we'll go down there, check her out. That's what's Kennedy says, yes, Coco is a girl boss queen. So absolutely, man. And Khalees also says, man, the worst part is that Lauren antagonized Coco the whole first set. Then she got in the press conference and cried victim. And I believe I have a clip of her doing that. Let me see if I can pull that up. All right, here we go. Let's see here.
I enjoy more if you played a great shot and people would scream and give you the respect you deserve for your performance in that moment. Yes, you enjoy it more. And what do I play tennis for? I'm 35. What do I play tennis for? I made good money, I'm not going to probably reach my best rankings anymore.
Oh, dang. I had more. I thought it was more. But she did break down. That was the interview. She broke down and started crying that everybody was booing her like it was her fault, like she was a menace. So she didn't understand why they was booing and cheering for Coco in the process. So that all that was said in there. So
how they call it, and I'm not saying this to be racist now, but they say whenever that happens, those white tears come down, and it's now they're the victim, and I'm not saying this with malice intent, but a lot of times it happens that way where at this point they tend to turn it around. Now, if you notice, I watched a big portion of that match. She had an opportunity to change clothes. She had, because she had the black outfit on at first, then she changed into the pink outfit towards at the second half of the match. Like I said, she got a chance to sit down when she wasn't supposed to. She took up more time, and I said it was somebody, I forgot how long they said, but the amount of time that she used procrastinating, it added up to be almost 40 minutes. When you look at it from that standpoint, that is a lot of time.
Yeah.
A lot of time. When you're only supposed to get so amount of seconds or whatever, like it added up to almost 40 minutes when it came to the entirety of the match. So that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
Hey, now I was telling you about another young black lady that won today too. Her name is Taylor Townsend.
Okay.
She beat the number 19 seed today.
Okay.
Beat the beat in the tiebreaker the first set, and then beat the 7-5 in the second set.
Can I ask y'all something?
Uh-huh.
And I know it wouldn't be me without going here.
Here we
No,
go.
don't do it, Corey. Don't do it.
No. I gotta ask. I'm just asking the question. How long should Venus continue to play?
He go this again. You see?
That's a question, man. How long? She got put out. She got burned out. Again on the first round. Straight sets. At this point, it's not the same Venus. How long should she continue to do this?
I tell you the same thing about Serena. I'm gonna tell you the same thing about her. And I know y'all say y'all don't want to see your champion go down, but to me, it's just like Tom Brady. Nobody questioned Tom Brady about how long he was gonna play. Yeah, he was the GOAT. But if you feel like you can still contribute, you can still play, then you go play. Y'all say the same thing about Tiger Woods. I don't want to see my champion go down there. But if they still want to compete, if they still want to compete and play, let them compete and play.
Okay, let me ask you though. So she got in on the wild card, right? She got in on, she didn't get in on the ranking. She got in on the wild card because of namesake, right? And then I can't remember what number this unranked person was that beat her, but it's like straight sets. But you would want her to continue to go out there and lose in the first round or come in on the wild card, because this is a third wild card appearance. You know what I mean?
To me, what the Williams sisters have contributed to this game,
yeah,
they can play as long as they want to.
Okay.
That's just me personally. I just think that because what they have done is they have given the incentive and what are we looking for? I can't think of what we're looking for. But anyway, they're giving the incentive to the Cocos, to this Taylor Townsend.
Sure.
To go and see what you have the capability of doing and what you can become. So for them doing that and bringing what they brought to the game, for me, they can play as long as they want to.
Remember when Larry Holmes beat the hell out of Muhammad Ali? Because Muhammad Ali
that's boxing. That's physical.
No, I'm just saying it's the same. It's in the same. You use Tom Brady. It's physical over there. I'm just saying.
But that's physical. There's nothing about tennis that's physical other than you being in shape.
Tennis ain't physical.
You don't have any bodily contact. I mean, nobody's trying to knock your brains out. Nobody's trying to break you in half by tackling you.
It ain't that.
Is that actually fit? There's no physical contact to tennis.
It ain't talking about the contact. You got to run up. Up on that court, back and forth, trying to stay ahead of the ball to get it over. Tennis is hard. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying it's not.
But what I'm saying to you is, okay, you can still. This is not a gentleman's game where you can play into your early ages. You're gonna get your butt kicked by a young 13-year-old. Because you still want to play.
And like I say, if she still wants to play, because if they didn't want her to play, then she wouldn't be out for extended the wild card.
She extended the wild card because of the amount of money that she can bring in that first round.
Right.
Not because she's finna contend and whoop somebody 14 years old.
Is what they have brought to the game.
Okay.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't feel the same way about Venus as I did about Serena, because I don't think she was on that level where Serena was.
Okay.
And hasn't been for a very, very long time. So I kind of feel like, hey man, just play you're not the GOAT. So
it's okay for her to go and play?
Yeah. Because you're just out there playing because you love the sport. You know what I mean? So okay. I'm okay with you out there playing. If you were the GOAT and you just you still trying to hold on to it? I'm like, no.
Oh, holding on to GOAT status. Okay,
Yeah. Goat status.
We didn't see eye to eye to that either.
Yeah. We didn't see eye to eye on that. So I hear you. This says Aaron Rodgers on the field with a fully white beard, like he playing Santa Claus at Christmas. Leave Venus alone.
I'm just saying, Aaron Rodgers, he can still do it.
Yeah. Right. And this is what Serena had to say. I mean, not Serena, but Venus had to say to that.
Be that what will be the decisive factor in when you choose what you do next and your schedule? What would it be?
I wouldn't tell you, so I don't know why you're asking.
Last question.
Hi, Sarah Taylor, New York Beacon.
I just wonder.
I'm telling you. I don't have to tell you. I'm going to do what I want to do.
None of your business.
I'm a Williams sister.
Yeah.
Get your hat, get your coat, get the hell on out the door. But I get it. I'll still continue to watch in hopes that she come up with some brilliance and win a match. But just a question. I'm saying she didn't give me something.
Yeah. Hey man, she's doing it for the exercise. So if she want to exercise, then exercise.
I guess being the wild card too, she's not gonna play against the easiest person.
Right. She's playing against one of the top people, right?
Yeah,
top,
that's gonna be a given. So
yeah. So okay, that's fair, man. Hey, great topic, and like you said, man, Coco, keep doing your thing, sis. Keep doing your thing. We are backing you over here. So
100%,
100%, man. All right, another wild scenario that happened this weekend, the other day, man, was before we jump into that, I know Corey probably got something on this right here.
How did it just happen?
Crazy. Man.
So I have several questions with this, man. So this is Acuna for the Braves, the star, one of the stars of the Braves, the star of the Atlanta Braves, the number one team in in baseball, Major League Baseball right now. And I don't want to say attacked, because they didn't they was trying to harm him. They were like fans, but they ran on the field.
Don't matter. Yeah.
Had a complete bear hug of this player.
Wouldn't let him go. And I saw one security man, and I saw no teammates. Yeah. Until
Acuna fell down after the second guy comes and runs in and tries to jump on him. How does this happen, man? And this is in Colorado. This does not happen in Atlanta. This happened in Colorado. But how does something like this happen? How does it get this far?
I've seen it on more than one occasions where with fans, and the word is fanatic. Fanatics will, take whatever risk they can to get close to their players or the player that they love and want to be next to. Barry Bonds used to get it a lot, and eventually they had to kind of pick up, a lot more security around him. Now we understand whenever you're out of town, you may not be the big priority, but it had two guys that came on the field, and one was trying to take a selfie, and the other one was trying to take the picture of the friend, while he was, trying to hug him. Okay. He got a little overzealous. He was overzealous by going on to the field, but he didn't want to let him go. Then he started screaming, and it took, like I said, it took the opposing field manager and their group a little bit more time to react. And then you said something that I didn't think about. The teammate situation. Now, in the outfield, you are about maybe 20 feet away from your teammate. Acuna, honestly, he covers a lot of ground as a center fielder. So more than likely, the left field and right field probably would have been a little bit further away from him than need to be. But you're right, they did not come to his rescue because they probably weren't paying attention.
Okay, they probably picking up grass like kids.
Well, first of all, whenever you are out there, you are trying to look. Like I said, right field, your assignment is third base and second baseman. Left field, first base, shortstop. So you do have an assignment, and most of the time you're probably not paying attention. But to do this here, and you don't even look to the left to see your teammate, that is a little disheartening. But it does happen way more often than you realize. Sometimes they just coming on the field to run the streak, whatever. But for him to grab him the way he did, hold on to him, and that was a little scary though. And then for him to be, like I said, he's our franchise player. There's no excuse for that.
Yeah.
Not that long,
And he's super nice. Like you can tell, like he didn't try to push the guy off. He just had his hands up, like, hey man, do what you want.
Yeah,
man.
Right. Take a fit. Let's take a selfie.
Yeah,
but then he didn't want to let go.
They didn't want to let go. Right. He didn't want to let go. And I've seen like some players, they almost get the fighting out there. Like, you ain't gonna just come out here and touch on me, like,
Yeah.
But I thought that was wild, man. OG.
I don't know. I guess number one, I don't understand how it can happen. How can somebody run that far and nobody not realize they're running out there? Number one, somebody should be right behind him as he's running out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Somewhere
one. Close. Yeah.
Number two, I guess as far as the teammates, I don't know because like I said, it goes back to this double standard thing. So players are held to a different standard than the fans are. So if another teammate went over there and tried to get him off of him, and then this guy who was deadly wrong, if he gotten hurt some kind of way, then he could turn around and try to sue somebody. Because and this happened before, with fans come out and players retaliate, and then they end up suing the player.
Okay.
So I guess that's what bothered. I guess came to my mind when you were saying about the other teammates. Yeah. But then too, like I say though, how can somebody run out there in the field and nobody not be so? I mean, like on the foot tail. I mean, this guy's running. Security should be right behind him.
Yeah.
Kind of remind me of that. Kind of remind me of that clip we saw at the basketball game one time with their security guard saw this lady. Yeah, saw this lady acting kind of crazy, like. As soon as she went to jump, they was all over.
Right on our head, right?
Yeah.
Look,
I don't know how far they ran, but they had to run a good ways to get to him.
Right.
So, what was the kid? I know it was in Colorado, like you said. So it wouldn't be as they would be noticed as much, I guess, they would be in Atlanta. But still, security is security.
Security.
Yeah, you're there for a reason.
So to answer that question about how they try to sue, you get on the field, like remember at football, you come on the football field and somebody done tackled your butt and you done got an elbow. So now I think it started with that melee in at the
Malice in the Palace.
Malice in the Palace, yeah. So now and let's say a la Reggie Miller, it's once you come onto the court or on the field or you become a part of the game at that point. And so now you can't sue for negligence or being hurt, talking about I'm just a fan, I got outside of myself and I just wanted a hug or wanted a picture. You became a part of the game. So but then they have the right to protect themselves.
Right.
So that part where they can't sue anymore because of that, if you being ignorant, barely come onto a football field, hey, I got the right because I'm scared at this point because like I said, fanatics get way beside themselves now, and so yeah, and so now I think it is, like I said, you buy tickets or whatever, there's some undisclosed rules now where, hey, don't come next to them.
Right.
You don't know.
I guess what they probably should do instead of making them rules be undisclosed, do what they do when you go to a major golf tournament. If you go to a major golf tournament, you see the disclaimer up there. They clearly said if you get hit by a golf ball, hey, Hey, you can't come back and retaliate against that play.
Yeah.
You better keep your eyes and your head turning.
Keep your head on swivel.
When they holler for you better start ducking and hiding.
or when they on the tee and then oh man, has anybody ever got hit right there at the tee?
What gets me though, not necessarily on the tee, but like when they be in the woods.
Oh, they hit a tree and come back.
And when they be in the woods, and they got this narrow way to get out, and all these people standing right there close on each side.
Yeah.
This dude hit in the woods for a reason.
Yeah.
he can miss hit again, but yet you go stand there 2 feet away from where he hitting, so you can try to be on TV.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody be that close to them and get hit by them when they're hitting. You know, it's always they are like really, really good. Like
But my mindset is this dude mishit this ball over here.
Right.
He can miss it again.
That's a golfer's mentality. A golfer's like, hey man, I don't trust him like that. Like, something might happen. He might get bit by somebody swinging. So
I'm gonna throw something else at you. I think it was, and I might be wrong here. Somebody check on me, but I think Mike Tyson. You know how so many people used to always try to push him. You know, if he was somewhere, try to instigate or try to really incite him to get up so he can hit you, so they could try to sue. But it's like they've come up with different rules now where you can't do it. Like I said, if you come up like when they did it, the latest one was he was on a plane. And a guy just kept on pushing him, and then eventually like, look, you tried to incite this dude. You tried to, you got what you asked for.
Right,
Slap the hell out your ass because you kept playing.
Yeah, I'm hit this chair, push in the chair. Bang,
yeah. Mike, Mike tells, hey, just let me chill.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they're making those kind of rules, but I'm glad they, like you said, he could have put his hands up, because he was a small guy, could have pummeled him if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But I'm also glad that he's safe. You know what I mean? It took Colorado too long, but
it took way too long. It took him way too long, man.
Yeah.
But another person that was out of hand this past weekend. It's been a crazy weekend, man. But this another person that was out of hand, like you said, Corey, is the Mays coach in Atlanta. I don't know. Hey, look. Hey. The hat would have been tossed up, dog. The hat would have been tossed up after this. So this Mays coach obviously frustrated with something that the player didn't or did do during this game, and decided to actually strike the player. We've seen coaches slap him on the head in the helmet, grab him by the face mask, in basketball, pull him up by the shirt, sit down over here. I don't know if I've seen a player get punched by a coach. You have, Corey? So tell me about your situation. What why?
Big shout out to Coach Miller.
Oh, you might put a name out there too.
Coach Smith.
Oh, you got put a couple of them?
Listen, man. All right. So let me say my part here. I've been hit, been hazed. College.
By the coaches?
No. I'm saying been in the hazing situation. Okay, I've been in the coaching situation. I've been hit, been punched. They say helmet been slapped, uniform been pulled. Side jug, a la karate chop. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Maybe I was one of them players. Maybe I was one of the ones that didn't listen. Maybe helmet been pulled in baseball. Talking too much, they had a ball thrown at me. And I was the kid though. You know what I'm saying? I was, maybe I was that needed a little bit more discipline than most. But I never said anything. But we live in a different day and era now. Cleat thrown at me, talking too much, you know what I mean? Running my mouth. There were different type of coaches. Now, and straight up, and my stepfather was one of them, do what you need to do, keep him in line, But we live in a different day now. Now, listen, there wasn't no hard punches, but hey, boy, Davis, and then I still keep talking trash, you know what I'm saying?
So
But
what kind of
not-
what kind of punches are we talking about? Was it the keel over punches like he just got?
like a bread basket shot, not a bread basket. I got a couple to the chest. Let me see. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. I talk to Coach Miller to this day. You know what I'm saying? But he was more of a puncher. You get up, stand up straight. And honestly, to me at the time, it was a part of. It was either growing pains. Am I saying it was right? No. All I'm saying was I was a troublesome kid that needed a little bit more discipline than the average guy.
Okay. Well, Kamarie says, man, those actions are not acceptable, but this is the culture I know from football. So he's we used to get hit in the fist to the chest, he said. So
yeah.
Fist to the chest.
Yeah.
OG.
Nah. I've had my helmet grab.
Right.
Like I said, I had a coach that used to chew the back, and he spit his back on your shoe.
Uh-huh.
But ain't nobody ever punched me.
Yeah.
I don't know. You punched me. I got on these pads. We gonna have some problems.
We gonna have some problems.
If you punch me like that dude punch that player, or you will get a blindside block, buddy. I'm just gonna be off the team. Yeah, but to me, I don't think that's. You can get your point across to a player as a coach without having to actually physically punch somebody. To me, that's totally unnecessary. Uncalled for, unnecessary. There's no place in coaching for that type of reaction at all. Yeah. I don't care how bad this guy may have, what he may have missed the block, whatever the case he did that was incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
There's no place in coaching. I mean, for that to take place, and if I was the parent of that game, and that was my child, hat would have been off, dog.
Yeah.
They better watch out for the folding chair, because here I come.
Yeah, but look here. Ain't no fence or no security guard gonna stop me.
Yeah.
At that point.
That's a kid. He's not gonna retaliate.
No.
And it was a gut shot punch because he bent over for a minute.
He bent.
Yeah.
Oh, it was right in there.
Yeah.
Oh, pot shot.
Yeah. That take your air out.
Yeah.
Those be the worst ones, man. Those be the worst ones. Khadijah says, if a grown man punched my son in the stomach like that, call the police.
Yeah, go ahead and call the popo.
She said on her.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Hat in the air. Here I come with my folding chair, buddy.
Hey, Snack, welcome on, big homie. He said furniture moving time.
That's right.
Hey, absolutely, man. Look here. It's about to be some furniture moving. It's about to be some helmets going. It's about to be some heads turning. Because I'm gonna come a swinging. Yeah. You hit my son like that, man. Slap him in the head. Yeah, chew him out. I slap him in the head. I'm okay with his helmet on.
Yeah,
slap him in the head. Yeah, but do not punch my son in the stomach.
Yeah.
Like, no, hell no. Yeah. So, Buddy was arrested. They said he got arrested on, I think on the spot.
On site.
Yeah, on
so
site.
He shouldn't be coaching anymore either.
Nah, he's been fired. He's definitely been fired, man. So
it's gonna be hard for him to find another job anywhere. Because anybody that see this tape, who go hire him?
Right. Because he said, and Corey, if I swing, you better swing too.
Let me tell you. So let me tell you a quick story. When I was coaching Little League baseball, and it got so heated that the coaches were, we were about to go to blows, right?
Right.
So I'm in the face of a coach, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, you got some coaches and some parents who live vicariously through their children or through their players, right? When they get a little out of hand. And I remember this game. Now, mind you, these kids were 4 and 5 year old pee-wee baseball players, and this game got heated with the parents out there and the coaches. So I'm in a coach's face, and it's literally it's about to go down. And only I had to look to my right, and my wife is sitting there with my son, my youngest son, who was maybe at that point maybe 1.5. Get your ass, get back in there. We good. I can't focus here if you're right behind me. But it like you said, it does get heated when it comes to certain kids. Then you got parents. Don't put your hand on my child. Don't nobody put your hand on them. But at the same time, like you said, there are better ways of coaching. You're always gonna have that one player, that the ignorant kid on the team. You're gonna have the one that don't need to be there, but they need to be there.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, before I started practice, I would always ask the parents, the mothers, who didn't do well in school, or who, listen, I got something for them, But like I said, at the same time, they, like I said, I had the same group of kids for about 4 years. Me and another guy, Coach Silas, big shout out to Silas. We did our part, but at the same time, you're right. The kid, the way actions are nowadays, a gut punch to the stomach. Now, I'm pretty sure the kid didn't fall over, but you're right. It's a little extra because obviously we just caught the tail end of what. Because obviously, if you focus in on the kid, he'd probably been hollering at him a little bit longer than what we just saw, right?
Okay.
Because ain't nobody just gonna haul off and punch a kid in the stomach, right? It's probably something else. And who knows how unhinged that coach got, But like I said, when it happened to me, it was I'm not gonna say it was warranted, but it was because I got run in my mouth, probably disrespectful, probably, I'm like I said, I'm not saying that it didn't kill me, but hey boy, I know your mama, tell her. Hey, he do, Coach Galen do know my mom, you know what I'm saying? Get back out there, and then but then there was also, I'll say this here too, there was also reinforcement afterwards. Davis, come here. Why I had to kick your ass? And I go, you're not paying attention. You're not doing, you're not doing your job. You're not.
Right.
I'm gonna stay on your butt. And then, my dad will come down. Hey, he ain't paying attention. And then my dad, hey, you gotta, you breathing. You still.
Yeah.
So and I said it wasn't that terrible, but I did, there was.
It took a couple punches.
I did
punch to the arms or the back of the head or whatever.
Yeah, the judo chop. No, not the chop in the throat. Judo poke in the side.
Okay. So it sounds like you got a little love taps. That's what they sound like right now. It sounds like love taps.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was an ass in high school. I was. There's no reason for me to get it. You getting a little taste of what we do on this show. I was. I got a mallet thrown at me in band bread. I got, I ran my mouth a bit too much, and sometimes it frustrated coaches and teachers. Parents too, probably. And I I was wrong. Yes, I'm old enough to admit it. As a 46-year-old man, I was wrong. I'm wrong now.
So I guess that's why I get so frustrated, huh?
Yeah. Hey man. I didn't realize it. Hey man. But maybe see, this why it's why. But
Mario said both parents can't swing. Somebody has to bail out.
Somebody got right.
Kanisha said, where I come from, at one fight, we all fight. Hey, Jay Lil John said, that's right, Kanisha, everybody swinging.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Snack says, man, he could have done that without punching you like a grown man.
He could have, but like I said, I'm looking now. So mind you, this is at the time. Just let's go back. And I'm pretty sure OG can kind of attest to this. All right, and he, and this probably, like I said, the coach that he had were probably older, and way more seasoned than the guys that I had. And this is in the 90s, and these guys were at that point probably a little bit older, mid 30s and 40s at that time. Who knows what kind of coaching that they had, And I ain't saying all of them. I'm just saying sometimes you get some players who will push a coach to the point where either you getting kicked off the team for being disrespectful, or they finna try to, you ain't tough, And I ain't gonna lie, I had mouth, and sometimes them old school cats didn't know what to do besides, I'm 47. Okay, I ain't 47, 46. I am 47, but it don't matter. But yeah, sometimes they didn't know how to take a smart mouth. You know what I'm saying? But they knew how to put some hands on you if they could. You know what I mean? So that was it. I'm not saying that it was warranted. I'm just saying that I probably
my teammate would have been at you, Corey, because I had the kind of coaches. When you
they turn teammates on you.
Yeah, no. I had the kind of coaches that when you start acting up like that,
everybody had to run.
Everybody got to run.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So people have been at you, man.
Yeah, that probably would have stopped me, but they didn't do that. They put
know what to do.
Right. Oh, good shot.
See, I kind of running was we had to run incline. So up the hill, and then you had to turn around and run down that same hill.
Yeah.
I had we'd have been hot at you, man.
I think I had two players that kind of got a little attitude-ish, and while I was coaching with them, and I didn't want to put my hands on them. So, but what I did, the monkey crawls, Okay, you want to play these games? All right, monkey crawl across the gym, man. Let's go. Give me 5 of them, all around the gym. So those type of things, and they did it in the game. Like they got mad because they weren't getting no playing time, and so when he got in, I'm not running no play. I'm running what I want to run. Oh, okay. Come on, you come on over here. So that lasted all of one game. Look, one game, and then one of them quit, came back. He's like, I ain't doing this no more, man. So, so there's different ways. There's different ways, man, to do it, man. So
they are.
Brains better than brawn when dealing with your young adults. Yes, absolutely, man, absolutely. So those little topics, man, we got on store today, fellas.
Hey, G, before we leave now, I'm gonna ask you one question.
What's up?
College football this weekend.
Oh yeah, let's get into that. We got time for that.
One particular game I want to talk about. 2 particular games I want to talk about.
The FSU LSU.
One you have a vested interest in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the LSU Florida State game. But then the other game is Utah and Florida. We found out how you totally dislike Utah.
I'm about to say Utah
last season.
Yeah. Utah was a thorn in his ass. Utah again? They still ranked.
They actually, those are the 2 games that I really do want to see, and actually, throw in FAMU and Jackson State.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I want to see that. I want to see that game as well. I want to see if Jackson State is really, that good, or was it just one of those nights, So
I go and say one of them nights.
Yeah.
Good night, boy. And tonight's gonna be a good night.
This LSU game, LSU started talking a little smack now. They said it's getting close to the game, man. So they starting to feel themselves. So I think eight ranked Florida State and fifth ranked LSU. So this is about to be a match, man. A match for definitely for week 1.
Does Colorado play?
TCU?
Yeah. I'm saying they
yeah. Is that this weekend?
That's what I was asking. Is it this weekend?
I think it is. I believe it is. I heard Nate Newton saying that he talked to Dion yesterday, and Dion said he's ready for it.
You know, they just had um what's his name? Hall of Famer. He had it's been a packed house, you know, as far as the people that he got coming in there.
Michael Irvin.
Mark Irvin was last week. This week he just had what's your big boy name that played for Tampa Bay?
Brooks. Oh, Warren Sapp.
Yeah, he just had Warren Sapp there.
Okay.
Warren Sapp took over the defense, and he was running them through, you know, but at the same time he was giving them nuggets. And like I think last week was offense with Michael Irvin. This week he had Warren Sapp there today, and or this week, and Warren Sapp was getting in them, you know.
Yeah. He had Nate Newton there.
12 o'clock Saturday.
12 o'clock Saturday.
12 o'clock Saturday.
Yeah, he had Nate Newton there 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so,
Nate, see that? So he bringing them in with experience, and you know, like you said, all of this hype. That's I'm hoping, you know, that I'm proven wrong. You know what I'm saying?
So say that again, OG. You said Saturday, 12 o'clock. Is that
Saturday, 12 o'clock?
TCU, Colorado?
Yep.
Oh, Central Standard Time.
It just said 12 o'clock p.m. So I'm guessing it's 12 o'clock p.m.
Yeah.
It's probably Eastern. It's probably Eastern. It's on our time. So.
Colorado? What? Colorado ain't Eastern, is it?
No, I'm saying it's probably showing up Sports Center time, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Eastern, so it's probably on Eastern time. So what do y'all think about this? My guy Snack says, man, did y'all cover like the Noah Lyles World Championship debate? That's people are going back and forth on. I think we had a conversation about this probably a year ago about World Championship, or is it just that, you know, it should just be NBA Championship? So y'all talk to me about what do y'all think about his statement, and I think Sha'Carri Richardson actually backed him up with this as well. Do y'all consider the NBA World Champion, or is that U.S. champions?
I think to me it's U.S. champion. You know, to me a world champion, like if you go and win the world champion, like Sha'Carri Richardson. I mean, right now she's the world champion because she ran against the world. Even though you have players in the NBA that's from different countries, but to get to that championship, you're not playing those different countries. So to me, it's U.S. based. So everything, pretty much every championship that comes, you know, baseball, even though baseball says the World Series.
It's only
technically not playing against the world.
Yeah.
I give you an example, like Little League. I mean, I get the example about Little League.
Yeah,
that's a World Series.
Yeah, that's a World Series because they have an international champion that plays against the United States champion, and they give you your Little League World Series champion.
A representative from every country, right?
Yep.
That has the baseball team.
Isn't the NBA the best players in the world?
They're the best players in the world, but you're not competing. Like, let's say when they go to like this FIBA they're doing right now. USA is playing against other countries. And some of those players from the NBA are on those other countries' teams.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you start the playoffs in the NBA, it's all United States based and Canada. You don't go outside the United States to play any team.
I'm a little on the fence on both sides of it. But you know, like, and I think I said this in the past. You know, United States, we're arrogant. You know what I mean? We don't play nobody in that sense, but we will claim to be, you know, the best in everything. You know, like you said, when we started the NBA, it was just us. But in a sense, we're world champions. Baseball, same way. You know, we claim to be, you know, the world's best because we're arrogant. We don't know much. We don't know anything else. But if you claim to be the world champion, you're the world champion. If you don't, then you know they need to put together. Now they got European leagues out there. They got a European league. They got a league in China. They got, you know, Australian league. What they need to start doing at this point is start, you know, we need to start playing more games. You know, make it legitimate. You know, I don't know how else to do it, but I just think what happened was we claimed it first, you know, because we started it, so we claimed it. We started basketball here, world champions, because we started it. You want to put together a team that can put a leather ball in the hoop, do it and bring them over here.
Mhm.
So, but you're right. What name would you change it to then? If it ain't, you know, the world champions, what you gonna say? The United States champion,
NBA champion.
NBA champions.
With NBA. I don't think I have a problem with the NBA being the world because, like you said, you have the best players in the world playing in the NBA. So I can see
all the best players in the world in the NBA.
Yeah.
All of them.
I don't think so.
All of them. All of them. No, I ain't saying it's supposed to be.
Wait. Do y'all disagree?
I disagree. They got.
You think some better players out there in the world that's not playing in the NBA?
I think there's some better players in the NBA. I mean, in the United States that ain't playing. You know, they can hoop, but they're not made for, you know, the national basketball spotlight. They got some guys out there that can really put it down. That's how, you know. I mean, you know how they got the street ballers or whatever, but they got some guys that are athletic and can play.
You can play a game, but can you play in a 82 game season under a umbrella of consistency? Like, yeah, you can go out there and have a good game, but will you take care of your body enough to be the best in the world every game, every year?
That does separate the average talent. You're right. It does. Right. You know, over time, you know, your ability to get up and play ball, you know, 86 games in a 4-month span is a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, a 5-month span is a lot. But I'm just saying there are some good players out there because you do have to condition your body to do that though. You do. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But there are some guys who can put it in the hoop. You know, now longevity is mental and then it's physical amongst yourself. Because you gotta, even in the off season, I think what the NBA is 5 months, right? I think.
Mm-hmm.
But
like November to May.
Yeah, something like that. But that
June,
other 7 months,
June.
Yeah, you gotta still be, you know, you gotta still be practicing, you gotta still, you know, hone your skills. It is a lot. It is a lot to be like that. But some bodies can't take it. Some bodies can't hold up. You know what I'm saying? But I agree, and then I also agree that there are some great players out there that aren't in the NBA or that aren't in the NFL and whatever have you. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. But in these cases, they're not called world champions, are they?
Those who?
When they had a championship, what do they call the NBA champion?
Mm-hmm.
They call it when they win the football. They call it the Super Bowl champion. It's not saying world. You know, I guess it's insinuated, but the title doesn't indicate that.
What outside of baseball? Who else uses world title? World champion.
I don't know anything else to use world champion.
But NBA does use world champion, right?
I thought NBA used world champion.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you the NBA champion.
NBA world champion, I thought.
I don't know him say world. Oh, but the Colorado game is on Fox.
Okay. Snack says, I think a G League team could win the Euro League.
Damn.
And Kanisha says, the fact that if you are in an elite championship in another country, you are trying to get to the NBA. If you can't make it in the NBA, you go play in another country as a star. So I think,
and if you're good enough, the NBA will find you because they got more money, they got more sponsorship, they got more, you know. Your aspiration is to get to the NBA, but then you got some guys who don't want to leave their countries. You know, they got that much, we wanted to break your country, we want to win, you know.
Kennedy says Olympic basketball determines the world champions.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. But you know, Olympic basketball is I never count that because we never get all the stars. We get the volunteer guys, you know.
Volunteer guys, right?
Yeah,
right.
We never get
what about
everybody.
The dream team? What about the dream teams?
That's the only one. It's like we had enough, you know. Yeah, now we finna do it. But like,
we were just throwing people out there. We were throwing college players.
yeah,
And then they started losing, and then we tried to throw, some other people that didn't work. And then it's like, okay, they started to think they're the better. They're the best. Now let's send our best.
Yeah, I'll give you a perfect example. Like Steph Curry, he's played USA basketball in the offseason, but he never played in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He did the USA basketball for one season, but we've never seen Steph out there.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen Clay. Never seen a host of basketball players that will probably, never, like, they want their off season to themselves. They don't want to commit to USA basketball because you got to, continuously play during the summer. They want to be fresh for the regular season.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this: is Steph Curry one of the best players in the world, or is he just one of the best players in the U.S.?
No, he's the best. He's one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, I can be saying that. We ain't seen anybody in the world.
You
just said a few minutes, Corey, that you didn't think that all the best players in the world were in the NBA.
Hey, I'm saying if he ain't, but he one of them. Look, he can shoot.
We just go by everybody we've seen.
But I'm just saying, if you can find another person that can put it in the hoop like Steph, yeah, he needs to be there. But I agree that there's probably another Steph Curry out there that work at your local supermarket. Probably, they got a kid that I forget what it is. It's he shoots. You know how they had a little basketball hoop at let's say Six Flags or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, he one of them little basketball hoop hustlers or whatever,
right.
And can put it through every time. Now, could he run up down the court? Probably not,
Right.
But just standing still and shooting it, put it down, But
I don't know. I disagree with what Noah Lyles says, man. I think the NBA is the best. They should be the world champions.
World champions.
Yeah, because they have world players playing in there from everywhere.
But they're not playing against the world.
But okay, all right. Well, let's just keep real though, OG. All right, if they did, sort of like with the '92 Olympics, if they decided to, we finna kick their butt,
Right.
So they world champion. They went to the limits. They beat everybody in the world.
We claim to be world champions because, like I said, we invented basketball in Indiana. The peach basket. You're not finna be the world champions in Istanbul or Yugoslavia. It's just not gonna happen.
But this track meet they just had, the Shakara Richardson and the men and women 4x100 won. That was considered. That was the title of that was World Championship.
Right. It was the world.
You were running against the world.
Yeah.
But I think they separate their stuff like that though. So they separate like the U.S. track and meet, the U.S. They do all that stuff separately. Whereas NBA they don't. They everybody plays under the same umbrella.
Facts.
So I think that's what the difference is. The only way to show that they're the best in the world is when they all meet up to go to race in a event like that.
It's easier to race than it is to put on a NBA or a basketball, a huge basketball tournament, or how else would you call it, or football. Now football it should be world champion. European League don't want none of this. The Australian Football League, because they got that lopsided football, they don't want none of this. Some of it is human nature. That we are the world champions at this.
Yeah. You can't. Snack says you can't compare an individual sport to a team sport, and then Kanisha also says in a social media age, completely undiscovered talent is few and far between. If there was another Steph out there in the world, we would know.
That is true.
That is true. Look, somebody gonna be posting it
on the phone. Well, look at this dude here. What's his name?
Anybody put me out there yet?
Hell no.
And with that, man, episode 31 in the book.
He said about to put him out there.
Hey,
boy, real form.
Great show. We did not get it. I want to try to get your Atlanta Falcons picks in here, man. But I couldn't get them in. I gotta figure out how to get our game picks on Yahoo. So when I figure it out, we'll have that set up. But hey, fellas, we're gonna do our live. We're gonna do a live fantasy football draft on Sunday. It's Sunday at 8. Let's make it 8:30. So everybody be on. 8:30. We'll start the draft on Sunday. And so we're gonna try to do it live. We're gonna have to show the draft on another screen up here. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do that. But I think that'll be fun, man, for us all to do and be a part of it. Yeah, see who you pick, man. So
you saying all 12 people gonna be in the show? Is that what you're saying?
They'll probably be in the chat, but
okay.
I'm gonna have the screen up where you can see it.
So they can be able to hear who I'm fussing at.
Right. Okay. All right. So that should be fun, man. And then we'll jump back into these game picks. We definitely have to pick the Commander schedule, the Cowboy schedule, the
Falcons.
There's somebody else we wanted to pick too. That I wanted to pick.
Have we done the Cowboys?
Jacksonville.
There we go. Jacksonville, Buffalo, and Miami. There we go. Miami. You gotta do Pee-wees too. So
Did the Cowboys yet?
We ain't did the Cowboys yet, man. We ain't did the Cowboys. We ain't did NFC East or the NFC South yet. No.
Okay.
So I think we'll do the Saints too, so we can see what you look like with your Saints too. All right. Hey man. Hey, appreciate that, Kamari. My dog said great show, man. Make sure y'all check out my dog Ashley live with Ashley and Kamari every Tuesday, man. Great shows on all your podcast platforms. James Littlejohn, Snack Panther, my dog, man. Kanisha Davis, Kennedy Wright. Make sure y'all check out my wife and my sister with That's Right on all your podcast platforms as well, man. They come out every Monday. Great shows, man. They put it down. They killing the podcast game along with live with Ashley and Kamari, man. So make sure y'all check them out and give us a follow too while y'all out there, man. Give us a follow. Give us we've moved up, man. We at 505 again. So we move back up, man. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Everybody else that's out there. Ashley Angelina, thanks once again for rocking with us. Rodney Littlejohn, and anybody else I may have missed, man. Charge it to my eyes, man, not my heart, man. We love y'all. We'll see y'all on Sunday at 8 o'clock, but we'll do the draft at 8:30. Remember to keep your head on swivel and keep God first, man. We are out. Oh, I didn't do my song. Hey.
Your time, Corey. Come on, man.
Yes, well, come on, Corey.
Oh. Oh, what's the day? Did I hear? I missed it when you first did it.
Yeah, you missed it.
Oh, dude! I had to do it for myself. I'm taking that one. Yes.